Welcome to Soundbath, everyone.
Hello, hello.
Lavender spray like Tina does, if everybody's okay with it.
That was kind of the idea of it, is that people would sample it, and then it's like, well, we sell it in the shop, makes a little bit, I make a little bit.
Should I just say the secret spray?
Yeah.
The secret spray is available in the shop if you're interested. Yeah.
Cedar, lavender, lemon, sage.
It's a
Oh, there's
mouthful.
very
Sacred
small, it's very mild, like it dissipates very, very fast.
Sacred spray is better.
Yeah.
Sacred spray available in blue.
I feel like it's mild enough to where even if someone was sensitive, it just wouldn't, you know.
I've been doing different content on my channel, like money blessings and love spells and stuff. And people like that stuff.
That's cool. I do like that stuff. You can never have too much razzle dazzle. Okay. Frazzle dazzle. There you go. Okay.
Also, next Friday is our birthday, and we're gonna have a little celebration in the shop. If you're more than welcome to join, if you want to come and stop by.
Cool.
We might have a taco bar
Cool.
unofficially.
Okay, I could be down.
I don't know if you like tacos, but tacos are my love language.
Yeah.
you ever figure out copywritten music?
So I'm gonna try epidemic sounds, because I have a purchase like membership. You have
Dude, I guess
Yeah, I was gonna
for us.
suggest going to
see if that changes anything.
I was gonna suggest
I don't know what's gonna make you say like,
Because
give
in the
credit
dream,
to
I was at a
the,
Thai restaurant. The first time it went well, but then the second time,
yeah.
something was
I
going
don't know if it'll be
on.
recognized.
If it's copywritten, it will. For me, it's not a big deal, because they'll just split, so they'll just split the monetization. So basically, I'll get
Yeah,
paid,
I'm in Thailand.
it's like, if it's monetized. Which
Yeah.
these lives, I don't really monetize
So
them,
now that I.
because I don't want them to have a whole bunch of
Which usually
commercials
means,
that
like,
pop
yeah.
up through it.
insane.
What's the point of Soundbath, we have to skip a commercial every 5 minutes, not very appealing to it.
My mom was going to
Aww, what'd she say?
well, she was parenting.
She was what?
Parenting me.
Because she's like.
What did she do? It was almost like she was
And did you add me as a moderator, or is that just the blue live?
She's like, you
I'm
have to
about
ground this
listen to
call.
shit.
Didn't on this one, but I
Oh.
can see how to do it.
I mean, you don't have to.
Comment, you have to comment, you have to comment for me to do it. So comment on the video. I'm pretty sure you're a moderator on the channel, not on each video, but we'll check, right?
Carry that on.
Oh.
Yeah.
You got them like.
No, I think it's true. It's not for real. You can bring it back.
Yeah, but you can only bring 3 ounces. I'm trying to see how much.
Oh, it has a little thingy next to it. Maybe
Oh yeah,
that's
that
it.
means you're a moderator, yeah, click it.
Oh, that's cool.
Let's see. Yeah, you do, that means that you
Oh,
can
3?
change the.
9 ounces?
Yeah.
Sorry, it's my first time.
Oh, welcome. Find a mat.
Yeah,
Put your mat on
I
top of the
wanted
mat.
to change real quick.
Oh, absolutely.
And that-
If there's a bathroom in the
Thank
very
you.
back, or also that's my room if you want to change it.
There's a
there.
little bit more room
Yeah,
Yes.
but there's a bathroom in the back, or if that feels too small.
The light is on back, I believe I left the light
Oh, it's in the
on.
hall now. Twice this week though, like, my schedule's like full, so I should not be complaining. I'm not complaining actually at all. But I overbooked myself in like.
Yeah, you're a moderator, that's what that,
Yesterday, or
little
Monday, I
thing
woke
is.
up and the universe was
Little
like,
ratchet
cancel your
spirit.
day. I was like, "Ow." And then 2 people canceled and 1 no showed, and then I just canceled my fucking trade. I was like, all right, I should have fucking listened when I fucking woke up. And then I had this feeling about tomorrow. I was like, oh shit, that's what I'm So I canceled, then I canceled my 2 trades. And I was like, first of all, why am I still trading? Second of all,
I almost canceled my trades this week.
I was just, and I just had to tell one of them, like, that's why I booked with you, because it's a massage rebound, and I love her, but I don't really like her massage, not really my thing, you know? So I just had to be like, it's a time issue, it's
I've
not.
told people to check it in like 3 or 6 months.
Me too, I said, you can hit me up in like 2 minutes, but I can only work 8 days in June, so I'm like, I have 8 days to work in June, so I have to be very particular about it.
Yeah. I don't have very much availability in June either, so I'm
Oh, you're gonna do that.
we're gonna go see my sister's that age. Her daughter, my mom. Every 2 of her. So he just turned 1. So I'm gonna go down there to her, see my brother. Yeah, and we're also going to DJ set Providence Road. Yeah, he's a DJ. 15 is. I like Phoenix. I do too. I like Phoenix.
I'm done with it.
I wouldn't want to live there. There's too many. There's just too much crime there. Like literally, like oh yeah, there's a lot of crime. I mean, certain areas.
Do you live near Sedona?
Yes. I think we're gonna go to Sedona.
Oh, good.
Right. Yeah.
Definitely near Sedona.
So we're gonna go there and then. just-
No shit.
I think we might go to North Carolina. Are you going to be on? Yeah.
Is it June? Is that?
So like June 18th, I think, or June 19th is, well, Thursday is loaded in June 19th, and then it's that weekend.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you can put your yoga mat on top of another mat if you want.
Or you can just move it, whatever you want.
Yeah.
I layer it up. Yeah, it's next. I'm gonna have to steal one of these when people don't show up.
But yeah, I'm going to Tipper and Friends, 4th of July weekend. That's at the Gorge.
Cool.
Tipper's a DJ.
Yeah, and it's I'm really excited because Spangle is gonna be there. They have pretty crazy music. Globular too. But it's
I
gonna
want to
be.
go because I have so many friends that are going, but I just don't want to give up the 4th of July weekend.
It is
And I
tough,
really wish that I
but-
could just go for one day.
Yeah, it's
No,
a
you have
it's
to
a
buy a 3-day
commitment.
ticket.
But what I figured was
They're
like
forcing commitment.
with a group like that, it's gonna be a lot smaller of a population. That'll be there, and so I think it's gonna be really cool.
More intimate.
I'm probably more excited for that one. Well, I'm excited for both, but yeah, it'll be like more intimate. Wonderland is like $260 after
That's a good
fees.
for 3 days.
But yeah, I've got a couple friends that are selling tickets.
What are the fees?
That's including the fees.
I've got 360, including the fees.
$260.
For the whole week? That's great. Weekend.
No, it's 2 days, and then there's a pre-party that's like $40 or $50, I think.
Oh. Yeah.
And then they're doing a shuttle too this year at Water and Wonderland for like $40 or
Which is super
something.
nice.
Yeah, so I got the shuttle just to see, like, who knows if it'll be overloaded or what
Yeah.
the vibe will be, but.
I think I'm gonna go.
Really? To
Yeah.
Wonderland?
Yeah, to Wonderland.
Cool.
Yeah, because I can't make it to like any other festivals this year. I mean, maybe like past October. One of my friends is going to EDC in Orlando. I don't really know. I don't go to that big of a festival, but
I don't know, Las Vegas and like, you know, I don't like,
Orlando's in November, so it's just kind of nice. It's a break. So you would
I don't know, I don't like to travel with
Yeah.
anything, like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean, like, we're grown now, like, it's like,
Yeah, I went to Texas and I was like, I think that was good, like for the Eclipse Festival, and that was amazing because it was a once in a lifetime opportunity, but definitely was.
I don't know, like, it's an hour and a half away, so I just feel like, you know, like the gorge, like, I just feel like, cause I'd like never went for like years, cause I like always got it in my head that like I needed an RV to go, but then I figured out I was, yeah, well, yeah, I got in a tent that was insulated with like an AC unit, so it's like, you know, my vibe, but.
I went to Cascade Equinox the last 2 years and I really liked that one a lot.
Yeah, because the weather's a lot more mild.
I was like, I don't know what we're talking about.
Yeah.
And they
Those
have,
sound
I was
amazing.
in the barn, so
So
they
they
have
call
outdoor
last
music
night
after the main stage closes and like when it gets cold, it's actually
No,
really nice.
no, I was absolutely for you.
Yeah, that would be a cool one. I would consider doing that this
Not
year.
work, I saved
I'm sure I
the,
could just like Google it.
yes,
Yeah.
spot, but it is like, it collects from Facebook and other places.
Yeah, I won't be able to make it to that one, that's why.
There's this like podunk reggae festival in Hood River, and like it wasn't very much to go. I don't remember if it was like all in like 150 or $200 or something, but
So the frequency room is a right device and zero.
Yeah, that's true.
I was thinking about just like saying fuck it and going to that one. Like, there's not really bands that I really know. Like it's like I think there's like local like no name reggae, but like a lot of like different people. But yeah,
And then in 2008.
it'd be cool. I really wish that they would. Maybe I'll have to be the one to do it, but it just seems like the Gorge should absolutely have like a 3-day reggae festival. And
Yeah,
just-
the Red Rocks does it every year.
So yeah.
Yeah, the Red Rocks does it, and you know, then there's Cali Vibes in Long Beach. And that is huge. I went to that a couple years ago.
That was pretty cool.
Fucking dope. Well, the lineup was like stupid. It was like everyone was there, and then like all these like you know, all like the American reggae bands like Soja and Stick Figure and you know, like all that kind of stuff. But then like Shaggy was there, and like all these like wild cards like Wu-Tang Clan was there, like out in like they were pretty cool. And, like all the Marley Brothers were there.
That's super fun.
Yeah, it was definitely like I don't feel like there'll ever be another lineup like that again. Like it was just insane. And I've looked like in
How long has this place been open?
but it just hasn't like
Well, we're
even
actually
come
the-
close.
this
But it's
location
super expensive because
has
then you have to go down there and
been a
like
shop
hotel
since,
in
like,
California,
2017.
you know. So it's
And she
you know
took it
like
over.
a $3,000 or $4,000 trip or something. But
Yeah.
by the time
Yeah, two.
I don't
by the time you get a hotel and everything.
Yeah.
It was in November.
I just happened to be, I'm going to Arizona next week, so I'm gonna go see Soundbath stroke.
So what did that be?
And stroke.
That was fun.
2013?
You don't like it?
I wanted that name. I don't know who that is, but that's a fucking
Are you
cool
serious?
name.
It's, he has multiple DJs. She definitely knows who he is.
Was Lotus-
And his Claudia
Lotus
stroke
not open in
hasn't played
2013?
for quite a while. And so like, I'm 8 years
I'm
with
stoked
stoked that he's playing under that DJ name, and I can't think of the other DJ. Well, I'll find it, and then you'll be like, oh my gosh,
I
yes.
don't know how we would find out that. Why did you learn?
I got my juju.
Oh, what is it?
A disease prevention specialist. But basically, like, if you've ever had salmonella or
Barclay Crenshaw.
or have seen something being recalled at the store.
Yeah.
Oh, Barkley. No, I still don't know.
Really?
No,
Oh my god.
I
Okay, well, you want to go check them out, because they're amazing.
So each
But-
guess I'm under a rock.
Yeah, he, usually like, he headlines.
So basically,
Yeah,
until
they
the
headline a lot of
companies, go into the companies and like test their food then, or?
So I send people into the companies to test the food. I'm in this county and I just am like the hub of getting the information from the lab. And someone is sick, I get that lab work. I get to make sure that their medications are correct and call providers to make sure that the dosage are correct. Sometimes even providers don't know what to do with certain diseases. And if it's something like pertussis, which is like whooping coughing kids that are like in an entire school, we go in and we interview each person, make sure they know signs and symptoms, what the doctor may not do, stuff like that.
So what do you think about colloidal silver?
Tell us your thoughts on colloidal silver.
I don't have any like research or anything I can pull out because books nowadays are all gonna want antibiotics to solve it.
Big pharma.
And but the thing is like I believe in natural remedies until a certain point. I believe in preventative natural remedies.
So
When
colloidal
you get-
silver can poison. You can get colloidal silver poisoning. So you shouldn't take it a lot.
Yeah.
But it does help boost your immune system. So it actually helps your body naturally fight diseases
Just
without
find your
taking
space and you can lay your mat on top of a mat. It's gonna double
I
mat.
was just gonna go out there.
Yeah, I don't know too much about it.
You promote the doctors though, right? That's what you're talking about, like the pharmaceuticals.
We always have dinner.
Yes, if there's, so for instance, like chlamydia,
But I'd rather do it like that.
there's nothing you can take except antibiotics
Because
against
I can-
chlamydia. You know, it will not go away on its own. Or something along those lines. When it comes to salmonella, you can let salmonella run its course. You don't have to take any antibiotics, just drink water and make sure you're not gonna dehydrate. So it kind of depends on what it is, right? If it's something super serious, like HIV or something, yeah, I believe in making sure you're getting the proper treatment because it's still extremely, like,
These conversations you wanna have.
it can really, really hurt
Right,
you.
it definitely
Your
changes the
system is what it
conversation.
does.
Well, I know.
So I think that you should use any holistic treatment and Tiana wrote it on like the recommendation for your
Yeah.
doctor. But that's what I recommend when I'm like doing, because I run the pregnancy room, I actually brought the device in here. And so that's kind of how I tell people, I'm like, don't tell your doctor, because I actually have a fibromyalgia patient that comes once a week, and she's reduced her pain medicine by half.
Yeah.
But I've told her, like, just tell your doctor that it's because of this, because they'll come in and try to send a person like you into like.
No, I don't do that, first of all, but, secondly, that's chronic, which is totally different than what I do. Anything chronic like fibromyalgia or migraines even, or anything along those
That's
lines that you take pain meds for, wouldn't be anything I do.
That's
I
in your
only do communicable disease, that's something that would cause another person.
So I just tell them, like, you wanna use this in tandem with your correct,
Yeah.
right? Because you don't wanna stop going to your doctor You know, I'm not a doctor, first
Yeah,
of all. So.
neither am I.
But
I'm more on the scientist side, or researcher rather
I have to
than
release all my ego.
But
Maybe at
nurse
some
or
point I
doctor.
will.
But
so yeah,
Did you write a letter
that's
yet?
pretty cool. That's a pretty.
I get
it
to
is
listen to
so interesting,
No, I
and I
do,
love
but
that it
it's just more
changes every single day. I'm dealing with something new.
it.
And I love my favorite are things like rabies or Lyme disease, like the zoology diseases are my favorite because they're so.
I still follow her and I'm just like,
They're so bizarre. Like people think people with rabies would like bite someone, but they don't even show those kind of symptoms. Animals bite people when they're scared. Animals respond in a biting manner, but people don't. People don't bite when they're scared.
But if a person has rabies, they still don't.
Do you know what I mean? So down to be like,
Not that I've seen this like now.
Wow.
Yeah, there's a lot of like myths and
it's like,
I know, I asked weird
legends
questions.
and
so I can say,
Yeah.
I've been trying.
Sorry,
or,
I
like,
asked weird
confusion
questions.
and
Yeah, so then I'm just like, it's kind of
dehydration and eating weird things. Sometimes people will do like they'll eat
I
gravel
feel
or
like, well, I was just,
something.
I think
You're
I
like,
was just
hmm,
I think I was a
shouldn't do
little
that.
bit checking
But
in on like, how bad is
that's
this?
like
Because like.
bizarre. You wouldn't think of
But it's
rabies
fake, but
with
like,
confusion
because some
and
people
odd
will take it
diet.
and they're like, oh, well, it's bad.
It's very interesting.
You know, which she didn't, so it's good for you.
Yeah, it's good. You're living your dream, right? I love it.
Yeah, she didn't, she's not even posting anything. Like, you know,
It's my kid.
break
He
up.
comes to work with me on Fridays.
That's
He's
nice.
he's homeschooled, so.
Oh, interesting, cause yeah, I think that's maybe I was just like keeping an eye, but I haven't seen any. It's funny, cause I never used to watch her stuff, and then now she like comes up for like, I'm done watching it. I was like, wow, what is wrong with me? Even like I was talking to Carly and I was like, wow, why do we have more women? She's like,
For us to be a great people, someone should be on the scene.
I think it's interesting, I think psychologically.
Yes, right.
I'm trying to be one. Okay, you can have me on my body. That's great.
It's not my personality. I agree too.
I would do like, I would use it. I just, mine's the guitar. It's so hard. I can't, he's saying, literally 5 minutes.
Oh,
And so she comes by, she's like, no, no, no. But it's great, because yesterday I was done about using 5 minutes, Carly's there, and was just singing a song, I was like, okay, I'm fine. I was like, oh, yeah, you know, I was like, I got really good. Oh, I have to put this guitar down. And I was like, that was worth it for 5 minutes, just like channel some shit, you know? Me too. I'll literally fucking be in the kitchen and eat. It's like the emotion is visceral, and I literally can feel it, and I literally run outside and lay on the grass. And it is in the military. He thinks I'm fucking crazy. I'm just like laying on the grass all the time.
Yeah, mine just sleeps.
Or she or she Rory? Is he gonna open that?
Yeah, we had a conversation. But like part of it is like, she's going to use this stuff. And it's like,
Yeah, because the entitlement situation was really worse. Yeah, and she should be asleep because Arnie is a lot. She actually has to be asleep. Next week. She around somewhere? She's really good at doing this. But Arnie's like, you know, so I'm like, okay, we're all working for hours. Like, good luck, you know? And, but I think it would be good, yeah, because if she likes kids, it's really good, but then it's like, it's a lot of work, especially with, you know, surgery.
Headaches, maybe not even migraines, just like sinus headaches that I've been getting lately. And I heard that frequency thing. That's what it is, like I thought about that. Just like this honesty. I have to bring this up because it's just like, those were like little white lies that she did that I need to like to her. Yeah, we're kind of, if you don't mind me crying. Oh, yeah, she's still not. What up here? Yeah. Well, it's just like, I don't feel good, and then like I had this week that I had, and then I just like sat was all right. The last time I wanted to have her soothing. I took off his movies on Monday. I was just in her room, and I was like, this is not teenager. He was like, no, because he did that to me. He, like, I held it up. She had and other movies in my house that day, and I was like, and I called Zach, because Zach's my neighbor, and I he's around. You know, and like, I was like, it's like, I stressed it. You know, it's like, called it my neighbor, he's like, all these kids, and I was just like, This like, I think for some reason I know she was MS, but he's gonna ask you to come along. And it's not true, because it's not part of the. And so he takes been a lot of time. Finding out there's 45 people just am a little bit worried that that's what's happening since I told her how to get a year, but right now I'm at least on. So maybe in Korea, you know, right now I'm planning to renew for 3 years, right? I just like, if there's a better option, I will take it. You know, and right now my plan is that December, so, but it's because obviously it's not going to have 72,000 Christmas, which I just want to do Christmas, so that was nice. And then, oh, yeah, September. And then,
To all. Just go ahead and get started here as soon as the conversation comes down. Gosh, well, thank you all for being here tonight. We always like to begin by just making sure that we're free from distractions. And so I always like to just double check to make sure my phone is on Do Not Disturb. If you want to join me, just make sure. It'd be great. And I'm Rush, and this is Nina. And usually we have Kina leading us, who runs the shop here, but she's on a traveling voyage today, so we're off to our own devices. And I think we've got one new person to sound practice, I think I heard. Excellent. Yeah, I think so. So I'm just going to spend a moment preparing the space for that, and then we'll go to Nina, and then we'll go to Stephen for some breath work. Stephen offers breath work every Tuesday nights in this space, and so it's a great thing to check out and more focused. But tonight he'll lead us in a express breath work. It's going to be awesome. So with sound practice, we're gonna have Stephen's breath work before, but once we get into the sound practice, it's a format of three steps. And so the first step is that we'll have some melodic chaos that will relax you, but it'll still keep you aware. And then the second piece is the absence of chaos, where we take away that those different sounds and really drop down into a deeply relaxed state. And then the third piece is the sunrise, the awakening. And when people get into that deeply relaxed state in the middle of the practice, they can report all sorts of things like lucid dreaming or colorful dreaming, or dreaming where they're in control, or dreaming where their thoughts become pictures and images and different things that can be really cool and introspective. And so the task for you is to clear your mind and just get into the most deeply relaxed state that you can. And so most people take the practice in Shavasana, but really whatever is the most comfortable position for you, whether that's laying down on your side or whatever that may look like, that would be the way to do it. And so with that, Nina, did you want to let us know what is going on in the stars today?
I guess the biggest thing is Mercury Cazimi. So what a Mercury Cazimi is, kind of like getting ready to challenge the sun a little bit. And there's going to be a lot of introspection when it comes to communication. Probably going to play a lot of throat to heart bowls intentionally to try to open your communication up with more love, more compassion. And while we're playing, what I would challenge you guys to do is just envision yourself in a bubble, like a protective bubble. And like you're just floating around, like Linda the Good Witch.
Love it. Excellent. So, and I'll add one more thing before we go to Stephen. If if you do find your mind racing, you know, like Nina said about that image of the bubble is just totally beautiful. You can, you know, when people have racing minds and they feel like they just can't relax and they can't drop into the practice, so that becomes you. What a lot of people will do is they'll come up with some type of simple affirmation, and it could just be something as simple as, I feel myself completely at peace. And if you practice any kind of spirituality, it's a great opportunity to incorporate that incorporate spirituality into that affirmation. Or it could be like, I love myself, and that'll people find that that'll quiet the mind and get you to stop thinking about that to-do list or, you know, all those racing thoughts. So I hope that's helpful. And so with that, I'll turn it over to Stephen to begin the breath work, and then the breath work will seamlessly go into the sound bath.
All right. Well, everyone's breathwork practice, I'm going to say, is different. Because even though I'm here to guide, I have some ladies up here that are familiar with breathwork. So they might breathe a little faster, they might have more sounds, be a little heavier. And so a big part of it's also giving permission. So if you hear someone going, then that's okay. If you want to try it, try it. I think a part of exploring the uncomfortable helps to bring growth, because sometimes it's like, I don't want people to hear me breathe, and it can feel awkward. So just find something that works for you. And I think touching on what Rush was saying about being in our heads, breath work, sound bowl, these practices are really great ways that help you get out of your head and more into your body, because it just allows you to be more present when you can focus on your breath, when you can focus on the music, when you can focus on the frequency from the sound bowls, the gong, and the Rush plays like a ton of other instruments, which are really cool. And so whenever your mind starts to race, sometimes it's more of, can I focus on my breath? Like Rush said, can you do a mantra? Or even just listening to the different sounds, because sometimes people like the sounds, or sometimes people like a visual. Someone once said during breath work, I couldn't really focus on my breath, so I pretended that I was at the beach and I was the wave. So as the wave comes in, I think whoosh, whoosh. Some people are like a pendulum, kind of like back and forth. So if there's a visual that you need, you can do that. And it's just finding what works for you. There's no right or wrong way to breathe during breath work, because it's about exploring what it's like for you. And so I start off a little slow, the music will be a little faster, and I'll guide you through the technique. It's not really that complicated. It might feel a little uncomfortable, because if you're doing breath work for the first time, you might feel a little warm, you might get lightheaded, and you might get tingles in your hands and feet, but that's probably the worst that's going to happen, because this is more of a shorter practice. And so I'm going to invite you, as everyone's already lying down, rest your eyes, find your breath, connect with the sounds, connect with your breath. And as you start to connect with your breath, start to connect with your body. Notice what you feel. Notice any movement. As you start to connect with your breath from your body, movement is also welcome. Some people like to shake their hands. That's it. Keep your breaths connected. Deep breaths deep into the belly. And we're going to do this together. So we're going to do 3 deep breaths into the nose, out through the mouth, and I'll guide this part. And when you hold your breath, you're gonna hold it for as long as you feel comfortable, whether it's 10 seconds, 20 seconds, 30 seconds, for as long as you feel comfortable. So when you're ready, let's take a deep breath into the nose. Let it all go. Deep breath in. Let it all go. One more deep breath in. Hold it at the top. And then just connect with your body. Connect with the stillness. And for this last part, we'll add a mantra. So again, hold your breath for as long as you feel comfortable. As we inhale, to yourself, think in this moment. And when you exhale, think, I am enough. And just repeat.
Feel yourself coming back into the space. Feel your arms and legs. Take a few deep breaths in and out at your own pace. As you feel comfortable, come back up into a seated position. Come along, little wake up guest. Oh, it wasn't so bad. Well, welcome back to planet Earth. Oh gosh, it's always a really good idea to drink water after these sound practices. I find that sometimes people can get headaches if they're not well hydrated. A lot of vibration going on, and friction tools with the gong and the bowls and everything. So I think we've got a little water, but a couple bottles is always good to drink tonight when you get home. And on Thursday nights, Nina offers a donation-based yoga. It's a really great practice. If you're looking for some good yoga, it's a great thing. And so the space does the breath work on Tuesdays with Stephen, and then this on Fridays, and then yoga on Thursdays.
And in June, we're actually adding the Somatic dance on Wednesdays. So, and that's donation based as well. So
Dance on Wednesdays, that's new news.
I think the biggest thing that I can say about Blue is we offer a lot of donation based services to kind of help to uplift the community. So
Yeah.
just like to remind people of that.
Oh, So we always open the space for words of reflection. You know, a lot of times vibrations can stir up, you know, thoughts or you know, or some types of experiences, and so we always like to give just a moment for space for a few brief words of sharing. If anyone would like to open that up. And if you think that I intended for you to talk, then I did. Not looking at anyone in particular.
Thank you. I really needed it. I could feel it. Yeah, the headaches, the healing. Yeah, I moving through. Hard. Even the breath work, I've been like giving sessions. Like, oh God, I haven't been doing sessions. What the heck? Like, ugh.
Is your arm back then?
A little bit. It's not all the way, but it's. I feel like
It's getting there.
I felt like I felt relief during and a bit more now than before. Yeah. So it's good. I could feel it. Yeah. Some of the sticking spots.
Awesome. Well, they say that, you know, the power of the universe lies in vibration, and it's an interesting thing. I always compare like sound practice to a Rolls Royce, you know, but if you don't combine, it's the car, it's the vehicle, the vibration, but the intention is the steering wheel. And so if you don't have a steering wheel on a Rolls Royce, you know, it just kind of drives wherever. And I think that where sound practice really comes to be a benefit for people is when you make it a practice, and that's really why, you know, it's an available thing on Fridays. And in my journey, it's just been an interesting thing of building, you know, and so the more you go and the more you set these intentions for whatever might be going on in your body or in your life, that's where you can really find, you know, some of these great breakthroughs and experiences. So I hope you'll come back and see us again. And if not, are we forgetting anything? I feel like we're forgetting something. That's okay. We'll tell you next week.
No, everything's if you enjoyed the practice, then make sure if it's in your affordability to leave a donation.
Oh,
It
yeah,
helps
we
to
do
support
have
the
a-
space.
Yeah, we do.
It's right out there on the counter. And then if any of those services call to you, feel free to come join us.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we're just talking to ourselves or doing workouts by ourselves.
Oh, and
Which can be fun.
and I almost forgot, Flower Child is on June 28th. and
yeah. Oh, and
Is this allowed? Like, do I
That's
need to like
it,
buy a ticket like right now? Like,
yeah, they're available at Blue, and they're available here at the
Oh, they are.
register. They're also available online. And yeah, it's going to be at the Columbia Reach, and it's an ecstatic conscious dance with a sound bath and a studio guided meditation that I produced myself. And to go along with the dance, there's going to be a visual laboratory on stage that I've curated with various cameras and turntables and a video mixer effect. And so there's going to be all sorts of kaleidoscopic beauty being projected behind the stage. So I'm really excited for that. And it'll be a fun, lightweight social activity for people to do as well. And health-centered refreshments coming from Natural Grocers. So yeah, I'm really excited about it, but I hope you'll take a flyer at least.
we also have movie night at Blue once a month. It's the last Saturday of every month. So
That'll be cool.
tomorrow we'll be watching Wicked in here with a projection and a big screen. So
Bring a friend.
everyone's more than welcome. And it's donation based too. So
Yeah. And next Friday is my birthday.
woohoo! My birthday too. What do you mean? It's our birthday.
you guys have the same birthday.
We actually were born on the
I don't
same
know.
day, the same exact year.
I have a theory. See, I think I told my birthday first, and I think Nina just made it up. You know, I've never seen her ID or anything.
It's okay.
So.
You don't have to believe me.
Man,
And if you showed me your ID, then I think it would just be a forgery. You know, you just went out and made that.
It's okay.
She went out just.
He hasn't
Yeah,
accepted
just to
it
spite
yet.
me.
I already
What are we
knew
doing
were
for your
soul
birthday?
twins.
We're born on the same year, on the same day.
That's good.
I was
Yeah.
born at 1 and you were born at 5. So
Yeah, that's
4
why I'm so
hours
much more
apart.
youthful looking, you know, if you can
Yeah.
tell. No, I'm just kidding.
He's younger.
The joke is I'm not more youthful looking, so.
You actually look pretty young. for
Oh
ages.
gosh, yeah.
Next Friday, we are kind of having a little celebration. Everybody's invited at Blue. We're gonna just do some fun stuff in the shop. I told Kina we need to celebrate everyone's birthdays now, and she's like, no, we don't.
Mine's on Friday this year too. What? I went to the circus.
So this is in the shop.
A circus?
We should. I should ask her. Yeah. Where we have readers. We have to do all the things.
After
Full
that,
circus, and you have to dress up. If not, we'll have costumes at the door.
Can we do like body painting?
That's-
Like,
Yes,
have you seen that
yes.
like body painting where like the people are like totally nude and then they just like paint themselves like an
Yes.
animal and they like look like that
yeah,
animal?
like zebras or leopards.
This sounds great.
Yeah.
That's
I know
definitely a
what you
favorite
like.
thing.
Yeah, me first. I'll be like the only one that does it. It'll be super not
Yeah.
awkward. Like it's art. It's tasteful.
I'll wear my pajama one. I have a onesie.
Oh yeah, there you
I have a onesie with a tail.
go. I should ask her.
We'll do it. If you're gonna be here, because some Fridays you're not here.
Oh yeah, I know. I'll miss your guys' birthday. I'll be here today.
No, that's when it is.
Oh, no, I'll be here. Yeah, I'll be here today.
Thanks for coming. Nice. Very good. Thank you guys for coming. Namaste.
Let's go.
Namaskar. There's so many different things.